Hi guys, it's Jenifer here. As you already know, I am a real estate agent and I will always advise that you invest in real estate first. However, my channel is about reaching financial freedom and I am aware that most people do not have 20 or 30% down payment to start investing in real estate, which is why I love stocks so much, because you could start investing today with as low as $100. Ultimately, we must all become investors to become financially free. Full disclosure, I am not a stock expert, but I have seen growth in my own personal stock portfolio. More growth than just keeping my money in a regular savings account. I am not a short-term investor or a day trader. I am a long-term investor, which is why you will see the companies that I have chosen to invest in. I don't worry so much about the day-to-day activities. I worry more about the month-to-month and yearly activities. Before I go into my stocks, let's go over some beginner rules. Number 1, make sure your money is being held with a trustworthy, reputable brokerage firm like Fidelity, Thinkorswim, or Webull. I personally use Fidelity. Number 2, decide what percentage you want to take out of your paycheck. It could be 10%, 15%, 20%. This number is up to you and there's no right answer. The secret to success in doing this is that you make your savings automatic. Number 3, the power of compound interest will help you secure your financial freedom. Saving and investing early in your life will help your money grow over time. Number 4, do your homework and research the stocks you want to buy. A good place to start is to start with companies that you're already familiar with based on your experience as a consumer. Warren Buffett famously said, buy into a company because you want to own it, not because you want the stocks to go up. And he's done pretty well for himself. So what is a stock? A stock is a piece of a company. Should you hire a professional to help manage your account? This is going to be up to you. And in my personal experience, when I was 21, I had a professional manage my investment. It was the worst mistake ever. I now manage my own account. The important thing to remember that these stock brokers actually get paid whether you profit or not. And some of them actually don't even really care about your financial goals. Now let's get into the stocks that I have. What I wanted to do was to diversify my investment and keep things balanced. Because I started in my early 20s and I'm now in my late 20s. I wanted to focus on 4 main things. Number 1, I wanted to buy some secure stocks even if they weren't necessarily the most profitable. Number 2, I wanted to have some risky stocks where you could earn big but you could also lose. Number 3, I wanted to focus on stocks that offer dividends. And number 4, I wanted to purchase some low-cost index funds. I decided to purchase Apple stocks pretty early on because I've always loved Apple products and I truly believe in the company. I have been an Apple customer since I was 14 years old, so I knew that was a great place for me to start. Apple is a great company, and even in the midst of a global pandemic, Apple is still able to turn out profit for its investors. I have purchased a lot of AT&T stocks. AT&T has a great combinations of dividend and is pretty affordable to buy. The dividend is 7.5%. The stock itself is not very profitable, but what sets it apart for me is the fact that it generates free cash flow. I have also bought S&P 500 index funds. This is very popular for those people that want to limit their risk when investing in the stocks. This is one of the ones that I highly recommend that you get, especially if you're a beginner in the stock market. S&P 500 offer good returns over time. They're diverse and they're likely to bounce back on market downturns. When you invest in an S&P 500 index fund, you're actually investing in the largest 500 companies in the United States. Like all stocks, it will fluctuate, but this index over time has returned about 10% annually. This is a buy and hold. I have also invested in Facebook, mostly because I think Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp are great tools. Most people use them to socialize with family, friends, network, and to promote their business. So far, the Facebook stock has shown positive growth in my portfolio, and the forecast shows that it will continue to grow. This is why it's a long-term stock for me. I added Starbucks stocks last year to my portfolio. As a consumer, I understand why Starbucks continue to be so popular. Did you know that 80% of Starbucks transactions are actually made on the go? meaning that even with the coronavirus pandemic that affected many businesses, including Starbucks, Starbucks was still able to provide on-the-go and drive-through options for their customers. They're even planning to open more Starbucks pickup stores. As a long-term investment, I took the market crash and actually stocked up on more Starbucks stocks. I believe that they will go up in value in the future. My most riskiest stock and probably my favorite stock in my portfolio is Tesla. I first purchased Tesla back in March 2019. I remember this day because it was the first day I've ever saw a Tesla car in person. I was in Union Square, a couple of blocks away from my office, when I saw a car open these falcon wing doors. I was in love and I purchased Tesla stocks that day after doing some research. I personally think that Tesla has what it takes to keep growing. Tesla recently did a stock split, bringing a sky-high price of $2,230 to a more accessible price of $446. Stockholders who held one share stock now have 5. I know a lot of investors who use Tesla as a day trading stock or as a short-term stock. Personally, I decided to hold on to it as a long-term stock for right now. Disney is another stock that I have invested in. Disney had to close their theme park due to the coronavirus spread, but streaming is the key to Disney growth in long term. They have just created Disney Plus that already has 54.5 million subscribers, and they're actually on the path of expansion nationwide. Additionally, Disney theme parks, restaurants, and movie theaters will eventually start opening gradually. Netflix dominates the streaming market, which is why I've also invested in them. I don't know about you, but I find myself watching Netflix more than ever now because the movie theaters are closed. Netflix has over 193 million subscribers nationwide with a subscription price of $12.99 a month. Netflix has new competition with Disney Plus, Apple TV, and Amazon Prime Videos. But in my opinion, I still think they will continue to grow, and that's why it's one of my long-term stocks. Delta Airlines was once one of the hottest airline stocks. It's obviously struggling now, as many airlines companies are. But the biggest disappointment was when Delta decided to eliminate the dividends in efforts to reserve cash. Delta looks like it's in trouble in the short term as it continues to lose money. You must believe that it's going to be one of the long-term survivors in the industry to invest, which is why I actually sold all of my Delta stocks. Amazon is another company I have invested in. Amazon is great and is now the second largest company in the United States. Although the price of one stock is over $3,000, last year it was almost half of that price. Amazon stocks look somewhat overvalued, which is why I'm hoping they're going to do a split to give young investors opportunity to buy it. Fidelity is also offering fractional share buys. The idea is that you can now buy a slice of Amazon without having to commit to thousands of dollars to buy a full stock. Amazon to me is a long-term stock. I just don't see Amazon going anywhere. When investing in the stock market, please be cautious. Don't expect that you're going to beat the market. Very few people do. You're most likely going to have to keep your money in the market for a while until you start seeing a return. But the most important thing is that you start. So if you haven't opened up an account with Fidelity, Thinkorswim, or Webull, please do so as soon as possible and start investing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found value in today's video, and if you did, please hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe, and on to next time.